वीडियो को हिंदी में देखने के लिए डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिए गए लिंक पर क्लिक करें। हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू DTC क्लासेस। In this video, we are going to discuss the key concepts, standard symbols, basic terminologies, and the standard formulae of the chapter. We will also be solving a few representative examples of the chapter. The most important part of the video is the discussion of the critical areas where most students lose their marks. So it would be a good thing if you note them down and made sure that you did not commit those mistakes. Heights and distances is a chapter involved with application of trigonometry. So basically we'll be applying trigonometry to solve this chapter. The chapter completely depends on mainly two terms, angle of elevation and angle of depression. So if you understand these two terms properly and a little few other details, then you can obviously solve every sum of the chapter. Angle of elevation and angle of depression. Before going into that, we should understand that the ground level will always be a horizontal line in your diagram, and any structure that is standing on it, be it a tower, a pole, a building, whatever, will be represented by a single straight line which is perpendicular to the ground level. We do not have any leaning tower of Pisas here. We'll always have a line which is always perpendicular to the ground level. If I am standing here at point C and I have to look at the top of this building, then this is my normal line of sight. So my normal line of sight will always be parallel to the ground level. So this is my normal line of sight. If this is my normal line of sight and I have to look up, then I have to lift my face up. So if I have to lift my face up, a certain angle is formed, and this particular angle is called angle of elevation. Similarly, if I am standing on the top of the tower and I have to look at the bottom somewhere, suppose look at point C, then my normal line of sight will be the line that is horizontal, that is parallel to the horizontal plane, that is this dotted line. So therefore, if this is my angle of line of sight and I have to look downwards, then this is my angle of depression. So this forms the angle of depression. Obviously, since you know that this line is parallel to the horizontal plane, so therefore we can see a Z forming, and a Z obviously represents alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles, so therefore this angle will be equal to this angle. One thing you also should understand, that if suppose you are looking at a particular top of the building from two different points. So if this is the top of the building, this is the horizontal ground. First you were looking from the top of the building from this point, and now you are looking at the top of the building from this point. So obviously two different angles of elevation have been formed. It is always true that this will be the greater angle of elevation and this will be the lesser. Because if you have to look at a building from a far distance, you do not have to lift your face much up. But if you go pretty close to the building, then you have to lift your face pretty high. So therefore, the angle of elevation will be greater. So if in the question there are two angles given, one is 30 degree and one is 45 degree, then obviously this is the 30 degree angle and this is the 45 degree angle. The chapter is completely dependent on your conversion of English language into diagrams. If you are able to convert the language that is given and form the diagram, then 99% chances are you will be able to solve the sum. There is a very little mistake if you commit a silly mistake. Else it is completely fine. So everything depends on you reading the question properly and making a diagram. Explaining every little concept of the chapter and solving lot of examples so that you understand every part of the chapter completely. I have already uploaded such a video on my other channel. The link is given in the description. So if you are still not sure that you have completed the chapter or you want to see a variety of more examples, then you can follow the link and watch the video. The shadow of a vertical tower on a level ground increases by 10 meters when the altitude of the sun changes from 45 degree to 30 degree. Find the height of the tower correct to 2 decimal places. The most important task of the question is to draw the diagram correctly. If you are not able to do it, the answer will obviously not be right. So the question states that there is a tower. So we drew a horizontal plane and a tower AB is standing on it perpendicularly. Now the question states that due to change in altitude, the length of the shadow increased by 10 meters. So if suppose the sun was here this position, then the shadow was the length of BC. And if now the sun changed its position, and because of that the length of the shadow increased, so therefore now the length of the shadow is BD. Since the shadow increased by 10 meter, so therefore the gap between BC and BD, that is CD, is 10 meter. Now two angles are given, 45 degree and 30 degree. I obviously know this should be 45 and this should be 30. But the question also states that the previous one was 45 and the new one is 30 degree. So we write the given things. Angle ADB equals to 30 degree, angle ACB equals to 45 degree, and CD equals to 10 meter. I can see that there are two right angle triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ABD. I start with triangle ABC. So in triangle ABC, I can see tan theta is equals to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So here the theta is 45 degree. So the perpendicular will be the side opposite to 45 degree. That is AB. So tan 45 equals to AB, and since AC is the hypotenuse, therefore BC is the base. So therefore tan 45 equals to AB by BC. The value of tan 45 is 1. So therefore 1 equals to AB by BC. We cross multiply it and we get BC equals to AB. We mark it as equation 1. Now moving on to the second triangle. Again using tan theta. Tan theta is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Angle is 30 degree. So therefore we use the line opposite to 30 degree, that is AB, as perpendicular. Since AD is the hypotenuse, therefore BD becomes our base. So therefore tan 30 equals to AB by BD. Tan 30 equals to 1 by root 3. AB is same as BC. So therefore I replace AB with BC. And BD is basically BC plus CD. Since BC, we do not know the value of BC, but we do know the value of CD. So I can write BD is basically BC plus 10. Now we cross multiply and we get BC plus 10 is equals to BC into root 3. We transpose BC to the right hand side and take BC common. So we get 10 is equals to BC in brackets root 3 minus 1. Therefore the value of BC is 10 whole divided by root 3 minus 1. Now the question asked me to calculate the value up to 2 decimal places. So to calculate the value, I should put the value of root 3, that is either 1.732 or 1.73, both are acceptable. But the problem is, if I put the value here, 1.73 minus 1, that is 0.73, now I have to divide 10 by 0.73, which is not a very good number. So the better thing is to rationalize it and get a rational denominator, and then we can put the value of root 3 in the numerator. So we to rationalize it, we'll have to multiply it by root 3 plus 1 whole divided by root 3 plus 1. So in the denominator, a plus b into a minus b. So we have a square minus b square, that is root 3 square minus 1 square. And in the numerator, we have 10 in bracket root 3 plus 1. So root 3 square is 3 minus 1 square is 1. So therefore root 3 square minus 1 square is 3 minus 1, that is 2. So 10 and 2 gets cancelled off and we get 5. And we put the value of root 3. So root 3 is 1.73 plus 1. So that is 2.73. So 5 into 2.73 is 13.65. I was asked to calculate the height of the tower. And the height of the tower is AB. So therefore AB, which is obviously equal to BC, which is equal to 13.65. So therefore the height of the tower is 13.65 meters. The angles of depression of two ships A and B as observed from the top of a lighthouse 60 meter high are 60 degree and 45 degree respectively. If the two ships are on the opposite sides of the lighthouse, find the distance between the two ships. Give your answer correct to the nearest whole number. The question tells us that there is a vertical tower lighthouse basically 60 meter high. So we draw a level ground, suppose CD, and a tower AB, that is 60 meter high. Now there are two ships, both are on the opposite sides of the tower. So a lighthouse. So therefore, let one ship be at point C and the other ship be at point D. If I stand on the lighthouse and look down on the ship, two angles of depression are formed for both the ships. So one is 60 degree and one is 45 degree. You can take any angle as 60 degree and any as 45 degree, no problem. So if this is 60 degree, then logically this is also 60 degree, alternate interior angles, and if this is 45 degree, then this is also 45 degree. So now I can see two right angle triangles, triangle ACB and triangle ADB. So I'll work on those triangles and find the distance between the two ships, that is CD. That is obviously BC plus BD. So the given things are angle ACB is equal to angle EAC, which is equal to 60 degree, obviously angle of depression. Angle ABD, ADB is equals to angle FAD is equals to 45 degree. And AB is 60 meters. I generally prefer to use the triangle first, which has the angle as angle of elevation or whatever angle of depression as 45 degree. So in triangle ADB, tan 45 is equals to perpendicular by base, that is perpendicular is AB because it is opposite to 45 degree, and since AD is the hypotenuse, BD becomes the base. So tan 45 is 1, AB is 60, so therefore BD is equals to 60. Now in the second triangle, in triangle ABC, tan 60 is equals to perpendicular, that is AB opposite to 60 degree, opposite to 90 we have AC, that is hypotenuse, therefore BC becomes the base. So AB by BC, tan 60 is root 3, AB is 60, so therefore BC is equals to 60 divided by root 3. The value of root 3 is 1.73, but dividing 60 by 1.73 is not a very good idea. If you are comfortable, you can go on, but the better method is rationalizing. So we rationalize 60 by root 3 by multiplying root 3 and root 3 to the denominator. So we get 60 root 3 in the numerator and root 3 into root 3, that is 3 in the denominator. So when we cut 3, so we get 3, 20 times is 60. So therefore 20 root 3, that is 20 into 1.73, that is 34.6 meters. Now the distance between the two ships is basically BC plus BD. BC is 34.6 and BD is 60. So we get the distance between the two ships as 60 plus 34.6, that is 94.6 meters. But the question asks us to get the answer correct to nearest whole number. So to get it to the nearest whole number, we round off the decimal point and we get 95 meters. Obviously, drawing the correct diagram is the most critical part of the question, but even inside a diagram, you need to be very careful, because if the question is about angle of depression and you do not mark these two as angle of depression, because even we know that we are not using them, we are just using these two angles, but you have to show that originally the angle of depressions were this and then this was equal to this and therefore it became my favorable option. But you have to show this. Even though given is not required to write, but it is always better to write for better presentation of the answer, and it becomes easier to show to the teacher that these were the values that were already given and these are the values that I have derived. In trigonometry, wherever you use a certain formula or a certain standard angle value, you must write it, else teacher is going to cut quite a lot of marks. The best use of which implies and equal to's is obviously very important. If you do not use them correctly, you will lose marks. Whenever you complete an answer, for example, BD equals to 60 meter, so you need to write the units. You do not miss out on the units and need to write the correct units. So if you miss out on the units, marks gone. And because we have simply converted 94.6 meter to 95 meter, it is best to write why we have converted it. Because the question stated correct to nearest whole number, so that is why we converted it. So it is always best to write why we have done that, why we have rounded it off, because the question asked for it. A vertical pole and a vertical tower are on the same level ground. From the top of the pole, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 60 degree and the angle of depression of the foot of the tower is 30 degree. Find the height of the tower if the height of the pole is 20 meter. As stated in the question, there is a level ground and standing on it are two basic figures. One is a vertical pole and other is a vertical tower. So in general, we know that the pole is shorter than a tower. In general, the pole is shorter than a building and a building is shorter than a tower. But just in case, if you want to understand why we have considered the pole shorter and the tower longer, because the question states that from the top of the pole, if we see the top of the tower, there is an angle of elevation. And angle of elevation obviously means that you are looking up to something. So if you are looking up to something, then obviously the other thing is higher than what you are standing on. So if I stand on the top of the pole, that is AB, or if I stand on A, my normal line of sight will be parallel to the ground. That would be AE. So if this is my normal line of sight and I try to see the top of the tower, that is point C, then my angle of elevation will be 60 degree. That is given in the question. So therefore angle CAE equals to 60 degree. Now if I stand on the point A and look at the bottom of the tower, that is point D, then my angle of depression, that is angle EAD, will be equals to 30 degree. But I all know angle EAD equals to angle ADB, that is alternate interior angles, equals to 30 degree. I know that AB is equals to 20 meter because the height of the pole is 20 meter. And AB is obviously equal to AD. Opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So I have three right angle triangles here. Triangle ABD, triangle AED and triangle ACE. I am using only these two triangles. So first in triangle ABD, tan 30 equals to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So the perpendicular is AB and perpendicular by base. So the hypotenuse is AD. So therefore the base is BD. So perpendicular by base. The value of tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Value of AB is 20. So therefore the value of BD will become, by cross multiplying, BD equals to 20 root 3 meters. I have not put the value of root 3 here because I know there is a 60 degree involved and tan 60 equals to root 3. So there might be another root 3 which could help me cancel these off. So therefore if I have to put the value of root 3, I'll put it later. Now in the second triangle, tan 60 is equals to perpendicular, that is CE, and since AC is the hypotenuse, therefore AE is the base, but I do not know the value of AE. So I first calculated the value of AE. AE is obviously equal to BD. Opposite sides of a rectangle are equal, which is equal to 20 root 3 meters. So therefore the value of tan 60, that is root 3, is equals to CE by 20 root 3. So which implies CE is equals to root 3 into 20 root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3 and 3 into 20 is 60. So therefore CE is equals to 60 meter. Now I have to find the height of the tower, that is CD. CD is obviously equal to CE plus ED. We already know that CE is 60 meters and ED is 20 meters. So therefore height of the tower is 60 plus 20, that is 80 meters. If the video was helpful for you, please like the video and share it with your friends so that it can reach to maximum number of people. If you want to support me, please click on the icon and subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to press the bell icon so that you can get our every update.